Welcome to Positive Talk Daily. My name is Mr. Positive. We're on YouTube at Mr. Positive Live. Click on that bell icon, get notified when I go live or post new videos. This behind me is the Telly TV. You've seen my YouTube videos talking about the Telly TV. Well, it's been 8 months since I've had the Telly TV. I'm going to tell you if this TV is worth it or should you pass on it. This is my eight-month review of the Telly TV. Welcome to Positive Talk Daily. Please subscribe to my YouTube page at Mr. Positive Live. Behind me is the Telly TV. That's right, the Telly TV. I've had this TV now 8 months. I'm going to give you my 8-month review of the Telly TV. Is the TV worth, purchasing or, obviously getting it for free? Is it worth signing up, reserving a TV, or should you pass on it? I'm going to talk about it right now on Positive Talk Daily. Now, the Telly TV was announced back in 2023 as kind of a new way of handing out free TVs. And their goal was to release 500,000 TVs. Now, what makes this TV free is the ads that pop up on the TV. The gorgeous 6-speaker soundbar with a built-in webcam. The secondary screen that can be used for sports scores, stock market reports, and a news ticker. And that's where your ads play, right there. As you can see, they'll have ads for, phone games, stuff that you might purchase in the store. You name it, it's going to be on there. It does have LED strip lights going up and down the TV, especially in the back. 3 HDMI ports. You also have Ethernet cable area that you can put in, and it comes with a dongle. Basically, you head to telly.com, and you can reserve your TV by putting in your first name, last name, enter your phone number, and email. And then you hit the pre-order for free Telly. Then they're going to send you an email that you will go further into the steps. Now, in my 8 months of using the Telly TV, do I think it's worth reserving a Telly TV? And the question is yes and no. There are some things I like about the TV, but over the last 8 months, I've seen some things that could make people change their minds. I'm going to go over a few of the comments as well that have been coming into my YouTube page on our last video that's done really well. It's 1,600 views. And I appreciate the people listening to or watching these videos on if you should reserve your own version of the Telly TV. Now, when I first heard about the Telly TV, I thought it was a scam. I did some investigating. I made many videos on my older YouTube channel, which has been deleted since because it got hacked. And since then, I had that channel taken down. I was able to get access back to it and then have it taken down. And obviously, it's not a scam. It is a real, legit thing. Basically, you opt in through text messages. You can also do it through your email. And I'm going to show you something real quick. Basically, when you sign up, go through the email prompts to get your TV or to sign up for the Telly TV or to reserve your copy of the Telly TV. You're going to go to the Telly TV app. Okay, you're going to go to your Google Play Store, and Telly's going to let you know to download it. There may be a link in your email that lets you go right straight to the App Store if you're using iOS or Android devices. Basically, you download it, and then they're going to have you sign in. Once you're signed in, this is what it's going to look like. This is the Telly app right here. Pretty self-explanatory once you've answered all the questions. Now, what makes this TV free is the questions it's going to ask you. Okay, questions like the kind of foods you might eat, the products you and your family may buy, what kind of car you drive. They will ask you these questions. Where's your pharmacy? What pharmacy do you shop for? Because you'll get a lot of ads for pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. And you will get ads on vehicles and stuff like that. Now, what's also cool is that secondary screen can also be used as kind of like a way of tracking sports scores from the MLB, NFL, NHL, and whatever teams you like. You also get a news ticker, and it even has weather. They've added a new photo widget now as well, so you can add your own photo. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can add your photo in the corner. So that's kind of cool as well. But it does have to be a high resolution photo or it won't work, or can't be that small either. Now, once you've done this, you're going to go in and you're going to set up your widgets. And these widgets are going to be right here. Now, it may not be the clearest, and I do apologize. You have your news widgets. You have a football, weather, stock market, MLB, NCAA. You're going to be able to go in there and set up all your stuff easily through the app. And it's very easy. Once you get your TV, now once you've done all the setup, the referral for the Telly TV, there are also referral codes. Once you get your TV, you'll be able to give that to a friend, a family member, stuff like that. Now, there's only one Telly TV per household. There are some terms and conditions, and those terms and conditions are pretty simple. If the TV isn't on for like 2 weeks, they can charge your card. They can charge it $1,000, $700 to $1,000. No joke. And in order to get this TV, it is technically free. But if you break the terms and conditions, you can be charged. And that's why they ask when you sign up for this TV that you have a debit card that's on file linked to a bank account. So you can't just go use a Green Dot money card or one of those debit cards like a Cash App card. It has to be linked to a legit credit union or bank account. So just understand they do charge your card if you break the terms and conditions. Now, I've had plenty of questions come in asking if I'm going someplace like a trip or something, is the TV, am I going to get in trouble for that? No, because the TV will update itself. The TV does update itself. So all you're going to have to do is when you come home, the updates will already be installed. You just got to turn the TV on. Sometimes it may need to be installed. The TV does automatic updates, so that's kind of good. It's good for the software and the operating system on the TV. Okay. So far, I've had really no major issues. Occasionally, the sound will get poppy, make popping sounds, and it will come out of one speaker, almost sound like the speakers are going out. The simple thing to do when that happens is turn the TV off, unplug the TV from the cord for about 30 seconds, 1 minute to 30 seconds. I usually do it for about a minute, then plug it back in, and then the sound quality should be back to normal. Occasionally with the updates, the sound gets a little finicky, so just be aware of that. I've had no issues with my TV. The only problems is the sound. Sometimes the sound gets a little poppy, and that's about it. And then occasionally when you're using an antenna, and that antenna is docked to the TV, if you have an antenna, if it's an outdoor mounted antenna or an indoor mounted antenna, sometimes the sound will not match the picture. Now, I'm not sure why that's the case. It's 2025. Most TVs, smart TVs, should have the ability to do that. I'm going to show you around the controller real quick. Now, if you'll watch the first 2 videos we did, we've done 3 videos, but if you go watch the first 2 videos, I do go over and explain how the TV works, how getting the TV works. I wanted to do an updated video on the last 8 months. So you got your volume up and down here. You've got your menu button right here. You can mute the sound. These 2 buttons right here will control the screen. So the top one controls the top part of the TV. The bottom one controls the bottom TV. So there's 2 screens. So the top one controls the main screen. The bottom one is what controls the actual main TV. So the secondary screen is where everything is controlled. So if you wanted to watch HDMI 2, 3, watch YouTube, you're going to use this down here. You're going to make sure that light is facing down. You can also control it from here as well. By hitting A, you control the top. By hitting B, you control the bottom. So pretty simple there. You do have your home button. There is a built-in web browser, and some ads, you click on those ads, will give you the option to get into a web browser. And that's kind of interesting there. There's also a command button that you can use and much more. You get your power button, and you got your changing of inputs. So that's kind of cool there. Overall, it's a unique controller. It takes 2 batteries, looks like 2 AAA batteries, so just be aware of that. You also get a secondary controller, which comes with a dongle, and that dongle is what controls the interface of the TV. There are some apps that are already built into the TV, but that dongle is what gives you access to YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, and all the other applications you might use on a regular, normal smart TV. Overall, the picture quality is great. It's got HDR10, that soundbar has 6 speakers built in, 4 microphones, and there is a dedicated web camera in the actual device. So, if you're a little concerned about this TV spying on you, almost every TV has a microphone. Maybe not a camera, but it does have a microphone. And most TVs, smart TVs in 2025, are listening on conversations, and they're doing that to send back to their third-party advertisers. Like sometimes it was kind of odd though. We had one time where I had a friend over playing some video games, and we were talking about going to a store like an Ocean State job lot, and we were talking about that. And about an hour later, on the TV where the ads play, it's just a little corner screen about this size here, and it's an Ocean State job lot advertisement did pop up. So you will talk about something, and sometimes the TV hears it and it gets sent back. So it's using AI, and that AI is able to generate your voice. And it's able to generate a video that would match Ocean State job lot, and it just shows the prices on the side, which is kind of interesting, but at the same time, kind of scary. That's why I said, is this TV worth really picking up? Yes or no? There are a lot of people out there concerned if they could spy on them. I've even seen a few comments on my YouTube where people have canceled their reserve. They've said, nah, I'm not dealing with it. I don't need a TV that can spy on me. And I don't blame people for doing that. Again, it's understood that some people could be like, well, I'm a little skeptical on ordering this thing or reserving this TV. I'm going to go over a few of the comments. I want to make sure that people get their stuff read off. I know I'm not going to state names or anything like that, but I think it's just it's good to update. Now, I personally think it's worth getting the TV in some cases because let's say you don't have a TV, you're coming from an older TV. Let's say the TV is more than 10 years old. It might be worth picking up a TV like this because it does give you different opportunities to have something different, something to use. There's a lot of good things about this TV, honestly. I could do some stuff on it that I normally wouldn't have been able to do on a regular TV. Okay, so we're going to go over some of your comments now. So like I said, my video where I was at the 4-month video review, this is our 8th month video review. I want to read off some of those comments that I got on that video. Anna says, I waited 2 years and I finally got mine coming to her. So she got it coming, shipped. I wrote back to her saying, yeah, I told her I almost waited over a year and a half. And that's true. I did wait over a year to get my Telly TV because at first I thought it was a scam, and I didn't think anybody, was really going to get their TVs because a lot of people were a little bit sketchy on that option. But that's what I said. Yes, I got my TV, but it is worth it. I mean, you're going to have a nice TV. It's got HDR10. It's nice. It's a 55-inch, so it's a fairly normal size TV. Fright Mike 13 says our phones already share our data without even asking. At least Telly tells us, and that's true. They do tell us that they are going to share their data, and it even states it in the small print. So, Mike, you are exactly right. Let's take a look here. Acton, born 1595, says the television isn't really free. If you break their rules, they will tell you to send it back. The television, if you don't, the Telly will charge you $1,000. And that's true. And I've even stated that in the video, in the small print. And if you watch my first video, I do show the small print where it does state they will charge you the $700 to $1,000 if you don't comply. Because the TV, if you were to buy this in a store, right around $1,500 easily with the technology in it. Victor Bogus is being forced to keep on within a time frame or get charged for it is the biggest red flag. Nope, don't want it. So don't blame you there. Let's see here. One person says, if smart TVs are listening in doing this anyway, they've already been doing this anyway. Don't see much of a difference. Do we even know where our personal data is going? That's what I've been trying to say in comments as well. Biggie C6 says, do you think this TV would be good in a bedroom TV? As a bedroom TV, I have a Hisense 58-inch Roku TV in my living room. I will not replace that with this one. I signed up for it months ago. So you might, Biggie C6, you might be another 3 or 4 months before you hear back from them. I would say by the end of the year, beginning of the year, you should hear back from them. I didn't get mine until the spring. Almost was February 6th when I got my TV. So, probably almost 9 months now. Christina says, anyone know how to turn the sound bar off and use the regular volume? My TV is playing the sound bar, but the regular volume is not. So basically, like I said, if you're having trouble with the sound bar, there are settings on the controller. You basically go to settings. It will pop up on the first part of the screen, the first screen. You will go down to your sound, and there you can kind of reset the sound, and you can change it. If not, if you're having issues, you probably want to let Telly TV know that you're having issues with that, and they'll have you send that one back, and they'll probably send you a new one. You might just have to wait around. If not, try booting down the TV, maybe factory resetting the TV. You can try that. That doesn't fix the issue. Then probably contact Telly TV to let them know. How long after you tell them, this is Jesse BOI, says, how long after you tell them you want it delivered does it take to receive the tracking info? Usually about within 24 to 48 hours, usually within 24 hours. You should know within the same day or the next day. Michael says, what happens if you don't want the TV anymore? You basically just send it back to them. Contact Telly at their website, contact customer service on the app, go in the app, contact them, tell them I'm shipping the TV back, and you just don't want it anymore. They're not going to charge you. They'll send you a box probably. They'll probably send you a box, and that way they're the ones who shipped it to you. They can take care of it. And then we got DD says, how is the electrical bill with this TV? It actually hasn't been too bad, DD. The TV's been very good, actually. And the good news is you can always shut the main TV off or the smaller TV off. So you can have one or the other playing and have one off. So that is kind of cool there. That does save on electricity. There is an energy mode on there too, so you can do an energy setting. So it's not usually too bad. Not any worse than using a Samsung 60-inch TV. About the same idea overall. You would think because of two screens it might be more, but it's not, because the bottom screen's really not doing much of anything. It's just basically a monitor. No worse than a laptop in your house. It's basically a living room billboard overall. Those are your comments from that video, from our last video. And it did well. It gave us 1,633 likes. So thank you very much for tuning into that video. Now, I don't think the Telly TV is a bad option, depending on what you're going to do with the Telly TV. Again, those terms of conditions only state if you break the agreement, terms of service. Basically, if you are away from the house for a long period of time, let's say you go away for a month, as long as the TV is online, I believe you're fine. As long as the TV is online and has like an Ethernet or the Wi-Fi is hooked up, I think the TV will automatically do its updates. You can even have someone go to your house and just say, hey, turn my TV on. I need to be able to access it. You could always send a message to Telly TV saying, I'm going to be away for a while. Please don't charge my card, that sort of thing as well. Again, those terms and conditions, the TV must be online at all times. That is the truth. It has to be on an internet. Now, if you have a power outage, a storm, or something comes through, it's understood. You're not going to have internet for a while, but you can always use your phone's mobile hotspot to keep the TV online. Connect your phone's mobile hotspot, if you have that option, to keep the TV online even when there is no power. At least if the TV is online for an hour, it's able to get its updates. That's what I do. If we lose power, which we have a few times, I just hook up my mobile hotspot, hook it up. It's a little slow, but it's able to get the downloads it needs. And it only downloads once a week, so it's not like you need to have a huge issue there. Overall, the Telly TV, depending on what you're going to use the TV for. As we had one question say, could I put this in my bedroom? The answer is, it's up to you. I mean, you can put it in your bedroom, a man cave, anything like that. Overall, I think the TV is an okay option for some people. Some people may not like the TV. A lot of people have actually sent the TV back. I've had messages come through on my third video we did saying somebody was sending the TV back. or they're canceling their reserves. Because again, the TV technically, it is free to a degree. Like the one guy said, it's not free, but technically it is. But there are some giveaways. You do have to give them your information, what you might buy in the house, that type of thing. And then you must give them a debit card linked to a bank account. So that's kind of the issue here. Yes, it's a free TV, but is it worth really going through those steps just to get a free TV? And the answer is no. I'm going to tell people right now, hands up, the TV is probably not worth it for even free. There are many, many options out there, like Hisense TVs, like one guy was saying, they're cheap. There are on TVs to Walmart. There are Samsung TVs that work just as good as this. TCL TVs out there that are in the $250 range, all the way up to $400 that are probably, again, not free, but are still going to, collect your data, but they're not going to ask for a debit card and stuff like that. Because what happens if your account gets hacked? Those kinds of things. A lot of people also worry about webcams and stuff like that. Now, if you don't have kids, if you live alone, maybe it's just you and a girlfriend and you don't have an issue with that, that's different. Many people have taken the risk. Many people have sent the TV back, maybe because of functionality issues. Now, when I first got my smart TV, Telly Tv, it had a weird smell. Okay, it had a weird smell, and after 2 or 3 days, it went away. Later on, I had some popping sounds with the sound bar, but after that, the TV worked pretty good. I mean, I will give it, B+. The TV works well. The picture quality is great. The sound quality, when it's not popping, is fine. And I haven't had too many issues. I think Telly has fixed that. But it's only been 3 times where I've had that issue, and I just unplug the TV, plug it back in. The antenna issue with the sound, that can be fixed. Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes it doesn't. For the most part, the TV isn't bad. For free, it's decent. Now, will they make bigger sizes? Will they upgrade these TVs over the next few years? We'll have to find out and see. I'm not sending my TV back. I prefer this TV to watch football. I like getting my scores. I love the TV. I think it's a great little TV. I still use my Samsung TV. That's still my main TV, but I still like my Telly TV in my man cave. For Mr. Positive, I'm Mr. Positive Live. Please keep those comments coming in on this video and tell me what you think of your Telly TV. Have you had any issues with it? Are you sending it back? Are you reserving a TV? I'll leave a link down below for their website if you're interested in reserving a Telly TV. Thanks for watching, Mr. Positive.